I literally fainted. I literally fainted on the day of my admission. Well, hello everyone. This is Shrishti, as you already know, because quite possibly this is my channel. And hi, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be a special one because you are witnessing a medical student right now, and I have finally been admitted into MBBS. So, as I have already talked about this before, I have been literally waiting for it for months, and the admission process has been really very hectic. You would know that if you are preparing for NEET, and if you have already taken admission somewhere, then it's really intense, and a lot of work going from the nodal center and then to your college for the paperwork, for the checking and all that. And well, I have also filmed some clips along the way, not a lot because I'll talk about it. And so I'll take you through the entire journey of the 2-day process that it took me to get admitted into a college. So yeah, also I would like to share some tips, maybe not tips, just like a general thing that would help you, because yeah, if you're going to face this, face it with all your might. So well, basically it all started at the nodal center, and I woke up 7 in the morning after such a long time just to reach at the nodal center at the starting time, which was 9 o'clock given by LLRM, that is in merit. So I had to leave at 7 to reach at the destination on time, and it was such a morning journey, and I didn't film anything at that point. But yeah, after that, when we reached at the destination, we had to get our papers checked. So that happened. The weather was nice, so that's a good thing. But our papers got checked, and well, our files and everything were submitted. So let me tell you, it's not just a one-person thing. Everyone was so tensed. Everyone was so worried that they didn't miss any important paper. Even I was very tensed. Well, students, parents, there were files everywhere, more files, and a lot of files. The people in charge were shouting, and they were shouting at parents, kids, everyone. It was such a chaos, and it was really overwhelming actually at that point, because it's a new experience. You don't go for admission every day. And yeah, even the parents were rushing around looking for papers and getting everything sorted. So it was a really hectic day there. Well, when I entered, it was like stepping into a freaking railway station. People were rushing here and there, and all the counters, all the places where the medical checkup was going on were packed. You had to stay in the line for so long, and everyone was holding on to their documents as if it's like their life depends on it. It actually does, to be honest, but everyone was holding it so tightly, and everyone was filling the form so carefully not to make any mistakes, and everyone was focused maybe more than the exam day, I guess. And the main struggle was actually keeping track of all the documents, because there were so many things, and that too so specific, that you had to get, and you couldn't even make a mistake on that day because you're not at your home, you don't have your papers that you can just come back and take them again. It was really scary, and seeing some people actually had to go through that, it was more scary. So we were just cross-checking again and again. We had to get photocopies, extra photocopies even. At one point I literally thought that I should have gotten my certificates 10s or 20 times printed, maybe, just to be sure. A lot of paper waste, I know. And the waiting line was another level. You had to sit for hours, wait for your turn, and wait for your number to slowly come up. You had to stay in the line, not like you can sit down. You just had to wait in the line, get all the things signed by the respective people. It was like playing Tambola, the most stressful game of Tambola you can ever think of. It was like waiting for your turn to actually win, something like that. And I had been waiting since morning. Well, coming on to the tips that I'd give you for going to a noodle center, because it's going to be really very hectic and the days have been extended, I guess, right now. So if you have to, if you're still going to go to the noodle center, then make sure you actually cross all these things because it's going to be hectic. So first is actually expired actually, because I would say go as soon as the admission process starts, because at that time you would actually have less crowd because everyone would not be ready with the papers, so you'd be in a safer zone. There'll be like less people, so less crowd, just the way I did it. And I went on the first day itself. And about the photocopies, get at least 3 to 4 photocopies of all the pages, even if they don't ask you, because precaution is better than cure. And take your photographs actually, again, more than they ask, because there'll be extra papers and whatnot even if you lose them. And keep it very safely, actually clutch it like other kids were. And don't forget to eat something, very important, because I literally fainted on the day of my admission, and it's all my fault. I didn't eat anything before going. I didn't consume anything, like not even water, and I was really dizzy waiting in the line. I thought if they would check my pulse or my blood pressure, it'll be so down. Well, they didn't actually, because they were in rush and they didn't care what your blood pressure is. They just signed and gave you the paper. But yeah, if they would have, I would have been sat down somewhere. So yeah, don't forget that. Eat something and don't faint like me. That'll be a fun story because other kids from your college will remember that point. So yeah. Well, after hours of sitting and using my phone, getting all the papers checked again and again, the relief was finally there when I handed over my documents finally and I got my confirmation slip. That was like, I was thanking whatever the Holy Spirit there is, because it was very hectic. And since I was already rejected for my papers once, I was really tensed. They didn't find a photocopy of something, and so the person who was checking my papers rejected me and said, go जाके paper लेके आओ and फिर से line में लगो. And I was really tensed because anyone would be. I don't have to explain that. So yeah, after I got my confirmation slip, I was like, damn, I did it. It's like complete, and I felt like first boss level. It was like levels of game, and I had completed the first level successfully, and now it was about the second level. Well, now let's move on to the more exciting part, which is like reporting to the college. And it was interesting because it was my first time going to my college in person and seeing my college for the first time, because I had only seen it on like websites, Google Maps, or like pictures, other kids who had posted pictures. And it was my first time going to my college myself, and that was really interesting. Mixed emotions, because I was not sure what I was expecting, but it was fine. I mean, people generally don't really like their colleges, but I have not even started. Maybe I'll start to like it in some time. So the moment I walked in, it was like, damn, this is the place where I'll be for the next 5 years at least. And I'll have to spend my 5 years there studying, living. And it was really different from the noodle center. I was expecting it to be similar because I had no idea, but it was really different. It was so less chaotic and it was more exciting. It was not really like tensed situation there. But yeah, admission process went very smooth, and paperwork was more than the nodal center. And I think I wrote my name so many times. I had to sign my name so many times that I have never done, like, I don't think I've ever signed my name so many times more than that day. But yeah, my hand was hurting, but it was not compared to the nodal center day. But yeah. And then between getting your ID card photographs, the document submission, fee payment, and then waiting for my hostel allotment, which I at the end of the day didn't got allotted right now because they said they don't do it now. They'll do it later on when we'll have to finally shift to a hostel. That'll be fun. And yeah, honestly, seeing the campus for the first time, it was like a main character moment. And there were very less kids that day, so it was very peaceful and quiet. The campus was not really very huge. It was undergoing construction was going on, and some parts were being renovated. But yeah, it was still very, very peaceful because it's situated in the outskirts a little bit, as most colleges are. But yeah, it was really peaceful. It was really quiet. Saw that there were patients, thankfully, and the hostels were exactly as I saw online, so I had no issue there. But yeah, I'm just waiting for my hostel allotment, which will happen in a few days maybe. And well, it was really funny because I was so nervous the night before, and when I actually stepped inside the college, it didn't feel scary anymore. It was not at all scary. Everyone there seemed like they were on the same boat and everyone was going to experience the same thing, so it didn't feel weird. Everywhere I looked, it was new students with new faces everywhere. Parents were trying to figure out things just like my parents were, and I also spotted a few people who I had like seen in the nodal center the day before. So I was like, hi. I just said hi, and that was it, because I still don't know them. But yeah, I'll soon know them, and they'll probably see this video also. I hope we don't cringe about it. But yeah, it was fun, and we would be going to be batchmates. I saw 6 or 7 people during my entire admission process, and hi guys. Well, as I already told, that hostel allotment was not yet done, and I haven't moved in yet. But just walking through the corridors, like the corridors of the hostel, and looking at the warden and the security guard, I was like, okay, this is going to be my place for the next 5 years. And it was like very different, even though I have lived in a PG for a year, but it's different, right? PGs are like very common, very open, but like hostels are like community. So yeah, that was like surreal kinda. But yeah, so yeah, that's pretty much how my like entire admission process went, from the nodal center to madness, all the excitement getting ruined because of the tension and the pressure, to the process in the college where actually it felt peaceful and quiet. It was tiring, but I think I'm not going to forget the moment. The entire scene that I had to go through, it'll be in my head. But yeah, and if you are going to go through this, you should remember that you actually need to stay calm, because you don't want to ruin anything by being like overexcited or just tensed. You just need to be calm. You need some people to keep you calm, and just be organized with the documents. They are very important, more important than you actually. Even you are not that important on the nodal center. And carry food, because you don't want to faint like me, and you don't want to make fun of yourself on the first day of your college, like even before going to college. And don't forget to be brave, and just be you, because new people will know you that day and they'll see you for the first time. So just be yourself. And yeah, that's it from my end. It feels like a lot of stuff, but at the end of the day, it's just the first chapter of a new, really nice journey. So just don't think a lot of it about it. It's just going to be really nice. And I'm officially an MBBS student now, and I can't wait to share more of like these stories. And I just love to sit and talk. You can see it on my face. And I just want to talk more about hostel life, my first year stories, and maybe we'll make some vlogs again. I think I'll try one, two vlogs again, but I'm not sure yet. So yeah, make sure you subscribe and subscribe. So yeah, make sure you subscribe and stick around for the roller coaster ride that we are going to have. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one. Bye.